Welcome to Nugget 362 with Steve and Dana Groman. We have the same question for you today.
Who do you believe?
Back to the Palomar Observatory in northern San Diego County. If you've never driven around there, put it on your bucket list. It is incredible. Anyway, so who is George Hale, who this telescope is named after? George Ellery Hale graduated from MIT in 1890. And he is considered one of the founders of modern stellar astrophysics. So he should be a common name in everybody's textbooks and minds, and you should know all about him. He was responsible for building the world's largest telescope 4 times. The Yerkes, which is in Wisconsin, Mount Wilson Observatory, which is in Los Angeles, and the Hooker Telescope, and the Palomar Telescope, which we were talking about today. He didn't even get to see the telescope at Palomar because he died 10 years before it was operational. His legacy is still felt today as Palomar pursues grand, important questions in astronomy with programs. I bet so. And this is what they're always looking for. The last part of the statement says, light that may one day show signs of biological activity. They're searching for extraterrestrials.
Been looking for E.T. a long time.
In all kinds of ways. I wonder why.
You got to get rid of God.
And that's the best way. They'll deny that. Some of them will, but some of them will flat out tell you, though, everything we're doing is to...
proves it was an accident.
True. So that's the problem with compromising with these people. What is their worldview, and why on earth, no pun intended, why would you want to compromise with people that are steeped in evolution, which is designed totally to get rid of God?
Right.
Mark Surrier designed the Hale telescope's tube structure, a trust that bears his name, and engineered the rotating dome. Nevertheless, his primary legacy is his contribution to the motion picture industry as an inventor, for which he received an Academy Award of Merit from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences in 1979. And we will see that the marriage between the film industry and space is always there.
Been solid for a long time, isn't it?
During World War II, he worked at the Guggenheim Aeronautical Laboratory of Caltech, the predecessor of the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, also known as JPL. And boy, is that ever a study in itself. Who is Jack Parsons and all of that, and we're not going to go into that, but that is definitely something that many of you would probably get a lot of information out of that study. Calibrating cosmic expansion. And they're talking about Edwin Hubble. But I want to make note of this one statement. They were talking about how Hubble observed the Cepheid variable, a star that expands and contracts, periodically changing brightness in a predictable manner. What they said, by him seeing this, proved indisputable evidence that it and other spiral nebulae were not part of the Milky Way, but galaxies comparable to our own. This milestone discovery proved that the universe was vastly larger than previously thought and instigated pioneering research in distance measurements, galaxy structure, and evolution. ... When the 200-inch Hale telescope was ready for scientific use 2 decades later, Bade turned it to M31. He hoped to resolve a less luminous type of variable star expected to be seen in the neighboring galaxy. His unsuccessful attempt led to a correction in previous distant estimates to the Andromeda galaxy. It was twice as far as once thought. Comments?
Well, the last nugget we did, it kind of shoots that one in the foot based on all what you just now read. Like I've been saying for years in the meeting, they're learning more and more, but what they thought was wrong. They're learning what they thought was not true. But yet, people that went to school in those years, they learned it as truth.
Right.
But it's not.
They're just changing what they're thinking.
They change it all the time.
I think one of the basic problems is they expect to see something here, and when it's not doing what they're expecting it to do, because it's not going to do what they expect them to do, they have to push it out farther.
Yeah.
And if you push it out farther, then that buys you some time, and it makes it more astronomically
it impresses
crazy.
people.
For some reason.
Yeah, the ooh and the ah factor.
In the next nugget, we will be discussing the Cosmic Distance Ladder. And boy, this poster was a doozy. You're going to love some of the things that they're teaching here. And if you're looking for a meaningful Christmas present, don't forget our Christmas special, 30% off and free shipping for the Creation Series. It's only $120 with almost 30 hours of great packed information on God's creation. Thank you.